Today, I am excited. I get to show you my absolutely favorite way to fly fish. This rig is what I like to call a twofer. You know, like a 2-for-1. Not only will you be able to watch fish attack your dry fly on the surface, but you'll be able to work the lower water columns and potentially catch fish on a nymph. Fishing this rig, it's a complete blast. So let's walk you through how to set up the dry dropper rig in 3 easy steps. First, we'll assume that you've already got your leader attached to your fly line. If you need some help with that, I've got a step-by-step tutorial linked in the video description. With our leader attached, we'll go to step number 1, which is attach a dry fly. We'll attach that dry fly to our leader using a clinch knot. A step-by-step tutorial for that is also in the description if you need it. I'll also add float into my dry fly, but I usually wait until I've completed the rest of the rig so I don't get my floating covered fingers all over the rest of the stuff. Step 2, we'll snip off a piece of tippet. The length of the tippet will depend on the average depth of the water that you're fishing. The deeper the water, the longer the tippet. If you're unsure, a good baseline is about 18 inches. And then we'll attach that tippet to the bend of the dry fly's hook using that same clinch knot. Step 3, we'll choose a nymph out of our box and attach it to the other end of our tippet using a clinch knot. When fishing a dry dropper, I usually like to go with a beadhead nymph so that it can quickly get down into that strike zone. But you also have to keep in mind that if you use too heavy of a nymph, it's gonna cause your dry fly to sink every single cast. Your dry fly, it's acting as a strike indicator. So if a fish hits that nymph underwater, it's gonna pull that dry fly down. So the last thing you want is your dropper to pull your dry fly under and not allow it to drift properly. Now there are times when we'll want to get deeper. You'll want to use those bigger, heavier nymphs. And for that, the dry dropper is not the ideal rig. And that's when you want to move on over to the standard nymph rig, which you can learn how to set up in the next masterclass video.